Hello everybody, AOG Gaming here, back with another video. Okay, come on, stop playing the same freaking song. Um, I'm deleting Dislyte. Yep, disclaimer. I'm just gonna delete this game. There's really nothing for me to do. Like, it's not. I already deleted it once. Like, as you can see, I'm downloading everything. I really think people aren't, especially creators, aren't realizing the impact that the update's gonna have. The gacha system is gonna be completely screwed, and I'm gonna predict this now. People are gonna be getting less legendary espers than they wanted, and people think it's because probability is simple. No, it's not. So yeah, I'm just mentioning it again, so my viewers are at least warned, and that they know that I'm trying to provide them with honest and straight content as I feasibly can with just a phone. But yeah, um, the update is fine, but it's the part where the divinates are released that's going to be the problem, and I don't think people realize how big of a detriment it's going to be, but it's literally going to ruin the game because it's going to double the amount of times you have to draw to get a legendary esper, because now you have to draw also for those divinates, and people keep saying, oh well, the chances are split. That's not how that works. I can't stress this enough. Take a fucking AP class, creators, before you decide to do your own math, because again, math is a lot more complicated than people think. It is not that simple. Um, so yeah, I'm just I'll make a video about who those creators were specifically and how shitty the draws are going to be, and show you guys the comments I made. I wasn't disrespectful in any way or anything, and neither were they. We just conversed, and they were all like, "Well, you're wrong. You're lost, buddy. I can't help you." And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you're ignoring the one fact that the whole draw is literally a fucking 50-50. Like, if that doesn't scream statistics, and I don't know what else does. Like, come on. Wait. What does this say new? Didn't I already complete this? Oh, I was confused. What's new? Yeah, they didn't add anything. Okay. Whatever. Um, so yeah, I just don't have fun anymore in this game. And like as you can see, these are the teams that you face that are the paywalls here. And this is just in Cube Miracle. There's teams like this all over the game. You have TA with more speed than you will ever fucking have, because this game doesn't want to give you speed, because giving speed to people would be a detriment to making money, or would actually let them play the game feasibly. So instead of doing that, let's take away all the speed and have them get specific espers so they pay us more money. So yeah, that's basically the whole premise of this game mode. You have 301 speed. I was basically able to just get 290, so I increased my speed a little bit, um, but not by a lot. Just 290 on my TA, and that's with her speed lead. I need 10 more speed. Not even. I need 12 more speed to outspeed this TA. And then I could probably outspeed a lot of people in the game. But yeah, that's just it. I can't beat this in the side speed because, of course, the Narmer is going to completely nuke my team, because, of course, they're going to try to make it unfair as possible. So what are they going to do? They're going to give him fucking 14,000 fucking attack. And guess what? What is the HP? Oh, yeah. So even if you can counterattack, you're not only going to need a speed cleave team, you're going to need a speed control cleave team, because if you're cracked back, oh, guess what? You're dead, because guess what? All the espers on the enemy team have more attack than you have fucking HP sometimes. It's just like, I'm just fucking livid at this point. And this is one of the worst. Like, look at his HP. There is no fucking game mode where a single Esper has that much HP, except for when it comes to tower content and this stuff like Cube Miracle. This is also, I consider this tower content too, because you're still doing wave clearing. It's floor by floor, but same diff. It is only one wave, but it's still the same thing. You still need speed control cleave, because that is literally the only way to beat 90% of the content in this game reliably without spending all of your time grinding materials, specifically equipment, to get better speed so that you can outspeed everything. So that is my biggest problem to this game, is that they made it so AP and speed control that it literally does not matter what the fuck you have. As long as the enemy team outspeeds you, has a TA, has some sort of controller, Toland, you will get fucked. And they're going to try to address this, but they're doing it in the wrong way. What do? First, they release Leon. then they release Nora, then they release Farah. What are these espers? Oh well, if you just add Jin Yuao and maxed out Hyde to the team, well, guess what? You have a pretty good counter cleave team that will probably not be cleaved, which is stupid because that's not the point of the game. The point of the game is so that you can play with every Esper in every single team and be able to create any combination you want. It shouldn't be limiting you to the point where you have to get specific Espers just to play the game. Because losing is not playing. That's literally just not content whatsoever. So yeah, that's like my biggest gripe about this game is literally that. As this update right now. The next update they're about to release in 2 days, as you can see, the worst thing about it will be the divinate system because they screwed us over by splitting all our chances in half for everything in the gacha. People don't understand how that works. That's fine. Go ahead and do your draws in 2 days and be disappointed with the amount of legendary espers you get. I will guarantee you, people, the wish stones you see will be less overall. People will get lucky. People will get higher than average, but on average, it'll be less. And it's just really sad. But yeah, so that'll be like the biggest gripe once the update comes out. Next is the speed part. Of course, they're trying to address it, so it's not like they're not listening to that part because that is the main problem of the game. The main problem of the game is that it's literally just speed control cleave everywhere. They are trying to do counter cleave tank meta, but the tank meta died once they released Toland, and then they updated TA. Again, Jin Yu Yao and Hyde, you shouldn't release more units like that because then again, you release 5 of them like that, and then nobody will be able to do any fucking thing in PvP unless they have a maxed out tank team. Then Hilda also is really good. Like, there's just so many espers that they've been releasing that are all new. Keep this in mind. All new espers that free-to-play players who just started cannot fucking get because guess what? It's pay to get unless you're late game, which you can grind enough wish stones to get. And then third, they're like, all right, well, it's free because you can get it from the gacha. No, the fucking gacha will not get you the new Esper, no matter how hard you try. If you get it, you probably will win the lottery like that day because it's literally that. Like, just go to the echo chances now, right? We just go to the gold draws, right? Go to Espers. Less than a fucking half of a percent. It is literally a joke, this draw. This whole system is literally a fucking joke to get you stapled onto the game. It is ridiculous. And it only gets more diluted because, again, the chances don't change. You still have a 1% chance to get a legendary. But the problem is you have less and less of a chance to get a specific legendary. So getting the new heroes, yeah, completely pay to play because you cannot get it unless. And the reason I say pay to play is because wish stones should be available for all players because it makes no sense unless they buff the epics and the rares, which they won't. They're already showing us with this divinate system that they don't give a shit about free to play because at least the first 60 levels of the game, because all epics and all rares are automatically going to be made to be even worse than they are now. Right now, epics have their niche little spots. There's a good amount of epics that you still need for like Desolate Lands, so that's good. But rares are kind of still in their niche thing. Sometimes you use, I don't even see Chengpu getting used. Most of the time, it's just Unki Chai. Sometimes it's Charmers because he has some good stuff. Sometimes it's Leon. Like, you really don't use any of these espers because their kits and their abilities they're not powerful enough. So giving them that boost will make them that much more useful. But instead, they're incentivizing people to spend more money, which is literally what they've been doing for the last fucking 10 updates. And again, like I said, another nail in the coffin. And I think this is the final one. I 100% agree. This is literally the final nail in the coffin. And what's going to happen is you're going to get creators like Daddy Free to Play, GJS, Saxus-kun making videos on draws. And then they're going to start to ask their community and just themselves, why aren't they getting as many legendary espers as they thought they would get? Because that's not how probability works. And yeah, it's really sad. And it's stapled all over the gacha game industry. They try and decrease the chances for free to play as much as possible. And Dislyte is one of the companies that does it the worst because 1%, I haven't seen that bad chances, I'm going to be honest with you, since probably the beginning of the gacha history. Like, it is literally that bad. And again, these aren't even their premium units. This isn't the shimmers. The shimmers, you have even worse chance. Of course, there's the pity you get, but the shimmers are literally just pay to play. Like, you can't get them feasibly unless you pay to play. And I've been playing for a year and I have only 2 shimmers. And this was all luck. People have been playing for longer than me, mind you, since fucking global release. I haven't been playing that long. And they have more. I mean, they don't even have two, seeing it's downloading the resources. They don't even have 2 shimmer espers just because of that. And I got lucky. I haven't done anything with Cecilia again. I don't really do anything with the shimmers because when you play with the shimmers, here's the problem. The shimmers are fine by themselves. The problem is the fact that when you have a shimmer, you're paired against other shimmers. They don't tell you this in Dislyte, but it's literally coded into the fucking game. When you are playing with shimmers, you will have a higher chance of facing shimmers when it comes to PvP or randomly generated content, like tower content, like reincarnate, not tower content, like the reincarnation tower. When I was playing with 3 shimmer espers, no matter how many times I refreshed, every single fucking time there was a shimmer, at least one, within the enemy team. Because when you have a certain amount of shimmers on your team, it's going to try and place you with shimmers because they're trying to make you spend more money. So they're going to try and place you with shimmers. That's so scummy. And again, I could go into a whole nother video, but once, it's not helping me whatsoever. 2, devs aren't going to do shit about it. And 3, people aren't going to realize until it's too late, like what's happening now. So, again, so yeah, I'm going to do what everyone else is doing because, again, I can still sign in. So, here's the proof that I deleted it because it's still downloading the 2.5 fucking megabytes of the game. Yeah, like, I can still sign in. So I'm just going to watch it from the side. I'm going to see all the fire. And it is going to be glory. Well, it's not going to be glorious. It's going to be horrible. You know, Dislyte ruined one of the best games to gacha that was genuinely felt like it was going to be one of the better free-to-play games. Even if the chances for the gacha were shitty, the epics and the rares were still pretty viable and useful. Specifically, the epics. The rares kind of have still been pretty bad since global release. But you know, they were fine up to a certain point, and I think that point was the Frigga update, the Abigail update, because by then we had so many, like, they started releasing so many legendary espers. Like, it was like 2 or 3 a month or whatever it was, which we didn't realize, like, this is bad. Yes, it's good that we're getting new content, new espers, new stuff to the game, but it's bad because one thing it's doing is diluting the pool. What does that do? Make the game more pay to play because now you have to grind a lot more. It just, even, and it's worse for new players. For late game players, it's better for them because the earlier they join the game, basically it incentivizes you to join the game earlier because the earlier you join the game, the less diluted the pools are because the new espers haven't been released yet. You know, that's kind of how it works. So the newest players, I mean the oldest players, this doesn't matter to them. But the newest players, this is going to detriment them. And this is why I can't play this game because I'm trying to play this game as not only a sponsor, but like trying to advocate for this game being a free-to-play friendly game. And so far it hasn't been. That's why I stopped making Divinity content because, again, Dislyte didn't listen. So why should I waste my energy for a company that won't even lift a single hair to try and address problems in their game that are actually matter? Yes, TA mattered, but that should have been fixed a long time ago. So them fixing it now isn't really a relief. It's more of a like, finally, they did what they needed to do. Where's the rest of it? That's literally where I'm at right now. Um, so yeah, again, another part of the game that I hate, it's R2 based. Like, even if you get enough legendaries, most of the late game content is mid game to late game content is R2 resonance based. Yeah, it's just really sad. And then the epics for late game, you needed them R6, and you know that takes a while as well. And again, like I said, now they're releasing epics and um legendaries. So those you will never get. The new players will never get because by the time they're like a year from now, let's say if this light even lasts that long, which, you know, hopefully they realize all the backlash they get from this next update that is literally the second to last nail. If they fuck up, literally, I'm telling you guys, if they fuck up again after this next update that they release in the next 2 days, this site's dead. Literally, Daddy Free to Play will quit and Zactus Kun will quit. Why? Because, again, this update's fine, but it's not what people wanted. And I don't understand why people aren't doing draws on the PTR server. What's the problem? Is the probability not working out to what you expected? Kind of funny how that works, huh? You know, a person with who knows math and took AP stats. I'm not saying that's a requirement, but having paid education, college level education in a subject that is literally that difficult gives you all that much more, not only confidence, but knowledge on that subject itself. And I was really good at statistics. I honestly did that class half baked. I'm not gonna lie. Which is, I mean, high school I did half high, so that, and I still got A's and B's, but like that was me not trying. And yeah, college is a whole nother beast. Anyway, I'm diverging from the point. Anyway, my point is this game is dead, 100%. And the only way the developers are gonna listen, I thought, was if we gave them enough feedback and we stopped paying money. But even then, that didn't stop them. In fact, it seems like the less money and the less player retention they've had, it's incentivized them to make more updates on to make money. And I think that's basically showing us that literally the companies won't stop trying to scam us out of our money, trying to leech money off of us. They literally won't stop. It'll be their 24/7 grind until they are literally dead. And I think that's the only way to show them that we will not take it anymore. They will not exist. They will not make money. They will lose money. That is how it will work from now on, companies. It is not a give and take anymore. It is a, we expect you to release a game that is free to play friendly, and if it's not, we don't play your game anymore. That's simple. We don't sponsor you. We don't try and market any of your stuff. We literally boycott you because we know you won't change any other way. It's that simple. So yeah, I'm obviously gonna delete the app in this video, but yeah, it's just so sad. And I went over the reviews and comments and updates, and again, people are upset. People have already quitted. People have already deleted the game because again, we're in this cycle. And to those people, they're the smartest ones. Honestly, they've already left. They're the smartest ones. I should have left a while ago, but I keep trying to give these companies the benefit of the doubt, and it never ends up good. And then once I heard all the shit that Daddy Free to Play had to go through with Dislyte and how horribly they were treating him, I like my view of Lilith Games went from they're an okay company to they're just like every other company out there. So yeah, Lilith Games and Farlight Games, whoever's doing the marketing, they're the scum, the evil that needs to be rooted and completely eviscerated. That's it. Um, yeah, I mean, R2 resonance base for most espers. They're gonna try and fix the divinate system, but again, that didn't fix really anything other than just buff the legendaries. Um, yeah, I mean, speed, gotcha system being diluted every new update, and I think that's something that creators haven't fucking addressed. Why? They're literally diluting the pool every single fucking time they release a new Esper. Like, why hasn't this been addressed since the beginning of the fucking game? I know so many games out there that they literally give you 100% chance to get one premium hero from a single draw. Why doesn't this game do it? Again, because they're even worse than those companies. So, yeah. Moontoon has done a little bit better, where they, you know, have like two different draws or whatever. You know, some of them are events, but some of them come pretty often and they're there for like a month or something. So you can grind to get the materials for that hero. It's not like, oh, it's gonna pop out of nowhere and you gotta just have the currency saved up beforehand. Like this game, you literally gotta have the currency saved up for the wish stones for the espers. Yes, you can grind, but I'm telling you, in my experience, which I've done so for the last 5 espers that they've released, the legendary ones, the new ones, um, I've barely made it to the point where I've able to get it. Not the last 5. I skipped Nora, um, because she's actually not that useful to my team. I have a lot of speed cleave already, and not really counter cleave, but again, Nora R0 Nora is not going to do much for me other than the falsetto fantasy thing, um, which I don't think matters that much because again, the divinates aren't going to do shit to anything but the legendaries. So yeah, again, I encourage everybody to delete the game because again, I think that's the only way they're going to listen now. They won't listen to our comments. They won't listen to our feedback. They won't listen to their decreased revenue. They won't even listen to the money. So at that point, you got to think to yourself, well, what's the only way a company will listen? Well, is if they have no voice, if they're only allowed to listen and not speak. So what do? We kill the company. That's the only option. So yeah, I'm going to boycott, not just in terms of money, which I've already been doing for a while, but in terms of actually being on their servers. So now they're wasting money keeping up their servers for players that are not even on their servers. There you go. That's the best way to get them. Not really, but so yeah. I know like I'm sending half-heartedly, and that's because I honestly don't give a shit about this game anymore. I could give less fucks about this game than I do about even Idle Awakening. Like I care about Idle Awakening more than this game. Why? That game is 100% pay to win, made by a Chinese company that can basically just remove the game, and I would just be left with nothing but an empty app with glitchy software and probably shutting down and crashing all the time. Yet they have better draw rates than this game. A game that was solely based on fraudulent IPs. I'm talking about Idle Awakening, which is a game that literally has anime characters like Kirito, Asuna, Goku, Sasuke, like literally not Naruto, Sasuke, Bellandi, Madoka, Saitama, Mikasa from AOT, like all these characters, and it has not a single IP for it. But guess what? It hasn't been removed off the Play Store. Why? Because again, the Play Store is literally just a place for people to fake market their games. And I could go into a whole nother, section about how fake ads are the reason. Sorry, fake reviews on the Play Store are the reason why these games gain so much popularity so fast. Is because the company buys like I don't know, however many fake reviews they want, and they increase it slowly as there are more reviews added, so they can squeeze them in and say, oh no, those were added by bots or whatever later on. It was really added by them like towards the beginning, and they just added the reviews slowly to blend in with their customers so that they can increase their app rating view. And then what this does is that it allows them to get higher on the app store and scam people because they think, oh, all of these are actual people that rated. Nope, half of them are bots. So yeah, and it's funny because even with games like Mech Arena, so like here, I'm just using that as an example, right? So if we go to Mech Arena, right, it went down from 4.5 stars to 4.3, and this is literally just because of how pissed people were that they literally went back to the Play Store and gave it a lower rating. Most people will not do this, which is why most games on the Play Store and the App Store are complete scams because they're literally rated, and the Play Store and the App Store don't police this at all because they're making money off of it. So if they make money off of it, they don't care about the people who are paying money. They just care the fact that you're paying money. So yeah, and then as you can see, Mech Arena is down to 4.3 stars. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because I'm seeing more bot reviews, unless they're not bots. And if they're real people, then what the fuck is wrong with you? Still trying to make this scam of a game work. So we just go to not most relevant, which I don't understand how that works. Most recent. Michael Alderholt. You're a degenerate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you are. How can you give this, and also you, Charles CDR, how can you give this guy game 5 stars when it is literally pay to play? Everything is locked behind the paywall. You can literally unlock everything if you pay money. How can you literally tell me that this game is 5 stars by that? It is literally people like this that ruin the Play Store. And if it's not a real person, then again, it is the company doing bot reviews to try and up their game. And I mean, I've seen more and more 5 stars, and it seems like people are talking about the update where they just reskinned everything. How the fuck is that a good update? Okay, so they make everything look slightly cooler. So that's gonna get you to play the game again, even though you still have to pay more than a fucking console to get items in the game. Yeah, count me out. Again, it's people like this that ruin our it ruins the credibility of the game. So yeah, I just don't understand. I do apologize for calling you a degenerate. Maybe you're not a degenerate. Maybe you just love the game that much. And if that's the case, why don't you try and stick up for the average player? I just don't understand. Pay to win with some things. Pay to win is literally baked into every fucking aspect of this game, Daniel Borstosh. Don't even talk to me, bro. You're a sheep. Like that's all I can say. If you're really that mesmerized by visuals, you are a sheep. Because that is literally what they do for marketing. They just give you visuals, they give you crazy ads. Then you get in the game. Sometimes it's not the same, sometimes it is. But then that's all there is. The rest of it is boring old gotcha system that is meant to keep you in the game, keep you in that slave mind mentality that you need to collect all of this stuff in order to be as best as possible in the game. And that's it. So yeah, that's why I was kind of talking about the whole industry and how it's all flawed. It keeps coming back to this thing. And honestly, like I can make better videos and like go really deep into it, but yeah, I've already mentioned my computer is down for the count. I mean, it kind of makes sense when you buy a $500 HP computer, but still really sad. Um, yeah, why don't you make like I opened the computer and half of the clips are loose. Like this is why it unplugged, and then of course I it broke because it was my fault. But in the first place, the ribbon cable shouldn't be popping out when you accidentally drop it like a foot, like on carpet. Nonetheless, the computer was completely fine. It was just the cable that connected to the keyboard from the motherboard got unplugged, and then I forgot to unplug the battery, so I ended up shorting out the keyboard, and now it's unusable. So, and it also shorted out the motherboard too. So yeah, I am basically just ended up snapping the computer in half and calling it a day. Cause yeah, I mean talked to HP, did all this stuff. I got the computer like a week before that, and yeah, not even like 3 or 4 days in, not even like 5 days, maybe 5 days into having that computer, it failed me. So yeah, really sad. But I could have made a better video for that's for sure if I had my computer. Wait, is this is one of the games that I saw download from YouTube. Found stream. It had no forced ads. No forced ads. This guy is a fucking troll. This guy's a fucking troll. They literally pop up 20 fucking ads as soon as you enter the game, and you have to press X on every single one just to exit. You can't tap on somewhere else on the screen. No, it's gonna keep popping up. So this guy's a troll. Either that or he's completely 100% a bot. It's a game that you can pay to win, but you can rather easily get the game's premium currency. Not even true whatsoever. Do a fucking video for me where you grind and show me how many hours you spend on the game. Then we can talk. Um, and then he talks. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that it shows you everything on sale. That's literally what a forced ad is. Like this guy, this 4 star review, 100% just for the company. So it's probably someone. I don't know. They tried to make it seem realistic or whatever. But yeah, that's just really annoying. This guy just yeah, and barge you with 10 ads to buy things. Yep, really annoying. And then this guy, thank you, Gaming with RAM. Finally, a reasonable fucking person who doesn't have their head up their ass. Hi, I'm playing this game since 2018. It was very good at the time. I agree as well. When I started playing it, it was still pay to win, but it was still fine. If you are free to play, you can't play this game. I 100% completely agree. If you are not willing to spend more than $200 a week, sorry, $100 a week on this game, don't play it because you won't feasibly get anywhere. You'll just be keep getting pushed lower and lower and lower until you realize you wasted your time and money on this game, and nobody's gonna refund you because the game is a scam. um, Again, like I said, it's literally just like a pyramid scheme because you got to think about it. These games don't last forever, so the creators of the game come with the mindset where they need to make as much money as possible within a certain time frame. And then once the game dies, they move on to the next game. It's literally just a fucking pyramid scheme. I don't understand why people don't realize this. You just need to pick up a fucking book and stop shoving your face in the fucking screen and watching videos and absorbing everything like it's the truth. Do your own research. I don't understand why people don't do this. It's the one thing you're taught in college. Doing your own research gives you credibility. It's that simple. Not only credibility, but it also makes you more informed. It helps you make better decisions. And it's really sad to see that people are still getting scammed like this and are completely oblivious and again will just hit back on other people like, oh no no, you just are a complainer. No, you're a sheep and you don't know how to live your life, so continue being that and I will make videos and live not like a sheep because I'm someone who's trying to be revolutionary, not stuck in the same freaking place that I was before. Yeah, it's becoming even worse for old players because they were usually from middle class families in India. Wait, and Indian parents don't support gaming. The supporting game is also average. I want old background. In the end, if you are thinking about spending money in the game, stop. Yeah, unless you're willing to spend thousands of dollars in the game, stop. Javius bot, best game, no words. Rashni Kumar, again, a bot or hired by the company or something, or just a sheep. Like those are the three things you can be: a bot, a sheep, or you were paid by the company. That's it. Like those are the three things you can be if you're giving 4 to 5 star reviews. Everybody who could remove the energy limit, I mean, they're never gonna do that. That's for sure. Yeah, and then of course the people with the 1 star and 2 star reviews, even the 3 star, they're real people. You should not be looking at 5 to 4 star reviews because most of the time they're fake, which is sad. Because honestly, some people do make actual reviews, but you have to take them with a grain of salt because again, they're not properly they're not properly made. Like they're either bots, they're paid off, or they're sheep. So yeah. And again, I'm doing this to specifically like mark up the bad ones, the real ones, because I don't believe these 5 stars are real whatsoever. Um, and yeah, I'm actively against them now. I will 100% be against them. 100%. Like I don't even care what the what it's now. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching AOG Gaming here. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. Really shows your support, helps me out, keeps you up to date with my content. 121 subscribers last time check, so y'all are amazing. Keep going. And yeah, here's me uninstalling Dislyte because this game, it's not worth it. It's becoming the next Mech Arena, but mythical god RPG gotcha version of it. Well, I mean, Mech Arena is a gotcha game, 100%. So yeah, it's just like the opposite of that. It's just the god mythical RPG version of that instead of the mech version of that. But yeah, everyone, thank you for watching as always. Stay lit, and yeah, I will see you in 2 days when I will make a video on how people got trolled and how people don't know how to do more complicated statistics because percentages are harder than you think. As always, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see y'all later.